Hi, welcome back to Uncanny Adventures. We are playing Forge of Fury today, and we're missing Kat today. Kat's under the weather, so we hope she feels better. But the rest of the crew is here for adventure. And so, hi, I'm Jeanette. I'm the Dungeon Master. I'm going to be seeing how I can assist these guys in getting up to some hijinks. And let's see, let's go around and say hello, introduce yourselves again, and remind everybody who you're playing. And we'll start with Brad.
Hi, I'm Brad. I'm playing Ris'a'an, the Githyanki Samurai.
All right, and Barry.
Yeah, I'm Baron playing Cormac the Wood Elf Rogue, who just tries to steal anything and everything that's shiny and valuable, and not tell anyone that I got shiny and valuable items.
Very cool. And Jamey.
I'm Jamey. I'll be playing Ardac, the gold Dragonborn Barbarian. He wants to stab some more things.
Just want to point out, you guys are all shiny, so I may want to try and steal you guys.
That's literally my skin.
I will not tell you. If I see any scales fall off, it's quick little pick up work.
All right, so last time we played, the party was sent north from Mirabar. They were tasked with finding the ancient dwarven stronghold of a well-known smith who crafted magical weapons. And they were asked to bring back as many of these weapons as they could find, and told that they would be paid extra if they also could bring back some detailed maps of where these weapons came from. So they made their way north. Their last stop was a small town just on the edge of the forest, and then they went north into the forest, and they came to the Stone Tooth, which is this large rise, like, goes up to this sort of craggy, rocky hillside. They tracked and took care of one orc hunting party that seemed to have come down from the mountains sometime recently, and then they made their way further up, where they could see, looked like some kind of smoke coming from somewhere on the hill. So definitely something's living up here. And they made their way up a long path and then up a staircase, and eventually found the doors to this dwarven fortress that were guarded by orcs. But the adventurers quickly and handily dispatched the orcs, unfortunately finding very little treasure amongst all the dead orcs' bodies, and made their way into the two main doors into the Great Hall, only to find themselves halted by a chasm where a rope bridge had been hanging, possibly moments before, but had been cut away. They finished off a handful of orcs that were guarding the area of the bridge, and now we find ourselves at this edge of the chasm. All the orcs are dead, things have gone quiet, and you all are kind of looking around. You know there's a secret door to the north, a secret door to the south. These orcs were hiding inside these little niches. What do you guys want to do in this moment as you guys are looking around?
If I'm holding up my lantern high, can I see how far this ravine is across?
Yes. If you stand at the edge of the ravine and hold up your lantern, the lantern light, you can see in the dim light at the far side, it looks like the ravine goes about 30 feet across to the far side.
Okay. How deep is it?
Looking down, you cannot see the bottom below. So if you look down and you have dark vision, you know you can see about 60 feet. It descends further. And you can hear, though very distant, it sounds like there's water running somewhere below you.
I'm going to kick a rock off the ledge and see how long before we hear a splash.
All right. So you kick a rock off the edge and you wait. And you wait. It falls for quite a long time, and you don't hear the splash of the rock. You think to yourself that maybe you need to drop a bigger rock to hear it from as far down as it fell.
Like a wood elf-sized rock? If I were to drop a wood elf-sized rock.
Possibly, especially if you dropped one that could talk and could probably yell at you the whole way down, so you would know when it stopped yelling at you.
And was carrying a lot of gold.
But there has been no gold in this adventure so far.
Ardac's gonna find a bigger rock and just kind of push it over.
All right, so you find a bigger rock, you kind of roll it to the side and drop it down. And you listen for a bit. You're thinking, maybe that was it. You're not sure. You're thinking this is easily a couple 100 feet drop to whatever's below.
It's only about like 30 feet, you guys. We should just jump.
I can't jump 30 feet. What are you talking about?
I'm not out there with you guys, so I can't hear this conversation.
Oh, that's right. You're not.
I'm loading people up north.
That's right. Well, we know. Well, Ardac's going to relay that the door to the south leads to a dead end, so we may want to try going north.
What do I see up north in the north frame?
All right, so you look through here. You can see the arrow slits where these orcs had been firing on you when you came through the entrance. Looking further along as you kind of look up there, it looks like this little area dead ends at an end of a hallway.
Oh, so I move my character and have a look, right? Can I walk up the hallway
Yes.
to the end? Because it looks like on my screen that it goes off to the left a bit.
Okay. So you quietly make your way up to the other end of the hallway. And you come into this little sort of dead end little niche here.
Is there anything in this niche?
You can make me a perception check if you would like to.
Yes. Yeah, it's weird. There's a little niche up here. 20?
20. All right. So you make your way up. You're looking around left and right as you move up here. And as you get up to the end, you're glancing around. And as you turn to head back, thinking, oh, there's nothing here, you see in the wall to the east, so to the right, it looks like there's a small rock that's sort of depressed in. And you kind of glance and you can see just a small seam and realize that there's a secret door that sits here.
Okay, I'm going to head back to the others and see what they're doing.
Okay. So, you guys are waiting for your comrade, Cormac, who has gone into the other area to sort of look around, and you're standing here. You realize that the ravine is fairly deep. What else do you want to do?
So I'm going to walk up and down the length of the ravine, seeing if there's any walkways or possibilities of getting across.
All right, so you're looking back and forth as you walk kind of up and down here, and you don't notice any other way except for this bridge that has been felled to get across. And in the short time that you're looking, Cormac, you come back as well. So yeah, the bridge is sort of hanging from your side, and it just sort of hangs down about 35 feet. And it's just sort of thwapping lightly against the side of the rock.
So do any of you have a grappling hook?
I have a rope.
I maybe. Let me see. I have an explorer's pack. I don't know what's all in there.
Haha, explorer's pack. Let's find out what's in an explorer's pack.
That's what I'm trying to find out. Backpack, bedroll, mess kit, blah, 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 blah. Nope, just rope.
Let me check my burglar's one. Not that it's a burglar's pack, because I don't burgle anything. But I have ball bearings.
Always a good item to have.
Sure, that'll help.
Or, I did find a secret door.
Secret door? Well, why didn't you say so?
You never asked.
It's secret. How would I have known to ask?
Fair enough.
Shall we go figure out where it goes?
It's the only
Or
way we got.
we could try and lasso a rope over the other side and then shimmy across.
Yes.
What's
Well,
on the other side?
So those with dark vision can see clearly, and you with your light can see sort of okay. It looks like there are 2 stone pillars on the other side that flank a door that's a little further set back on the wall that's currently closed.
What do you call? We can check the secret door, or we can try and cross the bridge. Traverse the gap where the bridge was.
Well, let's do the easy thing first and go through the secret door.
Yeah, let's try the door. And then
Okay.
if it doesn't work, I have an idea, but it probably won't work.
I have one too. Probably won't work, but let's try the easy one first.
Okay. I was the one which opened this first door the first time, right? Which led north, and the guy was there ready to attack.
Yes.
I'm gonna stealth because I don't want that to happen again when I open up a door.
All right. Give me a stealth check.
11. Oh, that's
Ooh.
not good.
I'm following right behind him, so I don't know what a stealth check would do anyway.
That's probably why.
Yeah, so as you're quietly trying to make your way up the hallway, you hear the clink
Clunk,
of
clunk.
armor following behind you. Oops, there he goes. I will
So
bring
I'm
you
gonna
the light.
assume it opens the same way
All
as
right.
the other one and push the button,
All
the
right.
stone.
So you all move up this corridor, and you push on this little button, and the rock just sort of grinds open, makes a little bit of a rubbing sound as it goes, and it opens on a tiny little corridor that goes into another, like, secret door right on the other side. So let's see.
Secret tunnel.
Secret
I think- You guys want to go first? Because I am
Sure.
the tankiest person.
I
I'll
mean,
go first.
And I'll just go back the other way and try and cross the crevice.
All right. Yeah.
Just stay behind us.
yeah, we're 2 meat shields. Just get behind us.
Okay.
Yep. So the door slides open, and you can see there's just like a 10-foot little corridor with stairs that sort of go down a couple steps to another stone panel. But on this side, you can see there's a lever that just immediately would open this door.
Oh, this means... So it's going down, right?
Yeah, the steps go down, like maybe just like descend like maybe 5 feet down.
Okay, worst case scenario, I can throw 1,000 ball bearings down here and trip anyone.
Yeah, just open the door. Flip the lever.
All right.
Pull the lever.
You pull the lever. All right, the door crunches, and it slides open on a large room. You immediately get the smell of, like, it's kind of like a moldy, like, wet fur smell in here. It smells like dank and dusty, like it never is aired out. And you can see there's a bunch of beds and things in here. You notice that it looks like they've been sort of like, things have been sort of tossed around here quickly. Like maybe a bunch of people got up in a rush from here. You can also see at the far end of the room, there's another door that's closed. But currently, you don't see anyone in here with you. It's just a bunch of rough-hewn blankets, tables, some chairs. The floor is just strewn with these filthy pelts that stink. It looks like just somebody's sleeping quarters.
Is there anything shiny and valuable?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I start looting?
Yeah, I'm going to start searching to see if there's anything that can tell us what's going on.
All right, everybody can make me perception checks.
Ooh, I'm up to the
23. You're really not good
Oh
at
God!
Don't worry, guys. I'm good at spotting shiny stuff.
I see blankets
Yeah. So
and
while
beds.
Ardac and Ris'a'an are sort of tossing blankets and digging through bunks, Cormac, you kind of hang on for a second. You sort of do a look around, and you notice in the south wall behind the second bunk closest to the door, it looks like one of the stones is slightly off kilter to the others in the wall, more so than what would normally be. So you just sort of bound across the beds, and the stone comes loose in your hand, and you just kind of pull it loose, and there's a pocket tucked in behind it. And you can, as you kind of poke your head in, there's a sack inside this pocket, just sort of been stuffed in there and sort of hidden behind this loose stone.
Well, I want to look in the sack stealthily. I don't want to
All right.
give away my prize just yet.
All right, so you kind of open the pouch a little bit, and you can see in the little bit of light from the torch behind you, silver.
I also have dark vision.
You do, but this gives you the glint of the color. You see silver,
Ooh.
you see some gold, and you see sitting in the pile of coins a small vial with red liquid with little golden motes floating in it that you recognize as a healing potion.
Found nothing, guys. Is there anything else?
Not inside there, and you don't see anything. Nothing else valuable catches any of your eyes in this room.
Okay.
And you said there's a door?
There's a door in the far eastern wall, yes.
As I just attach the new sack of stuff to my belt, or however I store stuff, put it in my bag. Should we close this back door so we don't get flanked?
Probably a good idea.
Up to you.
Well, they have returning. We don't know when people are going to return. Remember, there was 2 hunting parties went out?
And if they say the bridge is out, this is the only way they're going to come.
And that door did make a sound, so we may have a heads up. Or I can set up a trap. With I have a bow and some string.
Go for it.
Yes! I've never used a bell and some string before, but I want to.
All right, so you're going to rig an alarm on this door behind you?
Yeah.
All right, do you want to roll me, you can roll me a dex check, and if you are proficient with thieves' tools, you can roll me to add your proficiency to it.
9.
9. All right, so
Proficiency of 6.
you guys watch while you wait by the door as Cormac rigs this line of bells and things, which he actually makes quite a bit of noise doing it himself. And there's a lot of jingling of bells coming from over there as he does it.
Making sure it works.
And you thought I was loud.
Yeah, we're just shiny. You're loud.
Rude. I'll give up on however it is, that's how it is, and I'll...
You think it's mostly functional. Like, you think it would serve its purpose.
Okay, let's
Okay.
go.
Okay, I'm going to open the door.
All right. So...
Do I need a stealth again? If it's a
yes.
new door?
Yes, because you made a lot of noise with the bells.
Okay, I'm invisible. I'm 21.
All right.
I'm not even going to try to be stealthy.
So...
I'm just going to
I'm
open the door.
staying like a good 10 to 15 feet back from everyone.
Yeah, so Cormac has learned a valuable lesson. Rather than go in front of you two, it's much better to go behind you two and be sneaky.
Exactly.
All right, so you move toward the door on the opposite wall, and you open the door. Boom. It opens onto a hallway. You look to your left, and you can see a statue to the left. You look to the right, and you can see there's a set of stairs off to your right. As you guys step into the hallway, both of you hear a chink as the floor underneath sort of pushes down slightly as you step, and you turn your faces to look at this statue on your left, which was a fierce-looking dwarf in heavy mail armor. His mouth drops open, and a greenish gas billows out at you two. So I need you both to roll me a, let's see, Constitution saving throw, as this gas spews out and covers you both in the hallway.
Constitution.
I think I'm holding my breath just fine.
Yeah, I think.
All right, so you both manage to, when you see the mouth open, you both suck in a breath and hold it, and manage to not be affected by this gas as it pours out. And you hold your breath as it sort of dissipates around you. As Cormac, you're standing back about 15, 20 feet, and you just watch them get covered in this cloud of green gas.
At least they're not shiny right now.
This is the stealthiest they've ever been.
Where'd they go?
You wait a few seconds, and the gas seems to clear. And you don't feel any worse for wear from the gas. You believe that you managed to hold your breath quickly enough.
All right. I'm going to go up and investigate this wonderful statue.
Okay.
I'm going to stand still just in case, like, if we both move off, it resets or something. It's
Okay.
like I'm going to stand there to kind of keep weight on it just in case.
All right. So you want to give me an investigation check on the statue?
Yeah, it's a statue.
Yeah, definitely. You're not even sure where that gas came from. There's no openings. The mouth's closed and everything.
What are we looking at?
Statue.
Statue.
That's cool.
Looks kind of like a dwarf.
A door.
A dwarf.
A dwarf. I was gonna
They're
say.
the short people. The short, stocky kind.
And then
This
there's
one,
I'll shrug my shoulders and start heading back. Let's go this direction.
Ardac's going to wait for him to walk by before he moves to kind of like see what happens with the floor.
okay. So Cormac, Ardac is waiting for you to go by.
Oh, okay. Well then, I'll go by. Think I'm off. I'm assuming I can see where the floor's gone down a bit.
Yeah, you
right?
can see where the depression is, and it's like a good 10-foot square of the floor just sort of sank down a little bit.
Do you guys want to check for traps from now on, or did you want me to go first and check for traps and then run if I get into trouble?
That is your call. We can either stumble through because I'm not going to find anything, or you can go first, and if the big guys come, you can run. I'll let you make that choice.
Ardac, when you step off the plate, it does sort of rise back up. The little inch or so it went down, and you hear another light clicking sound as it clicks back into place.
It's a good thing I stood there.
So what do you think, Ardac? Do you guys just want to keep stumbling forward, or...
You can go ahead and I'll be right behind you just in case. You can start back around behind me to hide.
which way?
So
I'm going to be 15, 20 feet in front of you because you guys shine bright.
yes, and Cormac,
Yep.
as you have come around this corner and you say which way, you're listening, and you can hear up this set of stairs. It goes up about 10 feet to a door, and you hear very faintly from the other side. It sounds like something scratches almost at the door. From further down the hallway, you can see that there's some crates up ahead around the corner and stuff, and some boxes and a couple barrels. But you also can hear more distant. You're not sure which direction up ahead. You hear low, grumbling voices. I don't believe any of you could speak Orcish.
Nope, I can speak
No.
Common and Elven.
Yep. So none of you understood the orcs previously when they spoke to you, but you hear, Cormac, you can hear this low, like, grunting speaking, and it sounds like that same language. So somewhere up ahead, you're pretty sure there's at least 3, maybe 4 orcs beyond here.
Okay, I'll pass info on. Straight ahead, 3, maybe 4 grumpy orc dudes. Something scratching at the door, up the stairs. Not sounding like orcs scratching. I'm assuming they can open a door. So I'm going to picture an animal.
Probably.
Do we
That's
wanna do
what
a
I'm going
corpse or an
with.
animal?
I have no idea. You guys are the big. We may have 2 areas to fight off, and it looks like the trap behind us has set again. So we're kind of trapped.
Well, you do think looking back at the trap, you could open that door that you came through and step around the corner very carefully and not trigger the trap based on where the plate was that sunk, so that you could get back through without setting it off again. Or you could attempt to disable it. Everybody could. You can see there's enough room to sort of use the wall to kind of swing yourselves back into the room.
Yeah, but there's no place to go back that way. At least this way you can kill something.
I mean, do you want
I was thinking, if worst case scenario, we could have attacks from our east and our south, and then have to step over a trap to go to another area which we've now blocked off.
Or we just run fast past the trap and let the trap hit the guys behind us chasing us.
Or that. But I'm probably going to step around it first if you're going to run through it, because I'm not very constitutional. But yeah, I don't care which way we go. I'm just letting you know what there is. So,
I mean, I could open the door. That way, if there's anything there, I can just kind of take the blunt of the attack.
Okay.
So I'll go up the little staircase and try the door.
All right, so you move to the top of the stairs, and you can see this is a very large door. It looks very heavy. It's iron bound. As you get closer, you see in the center of the door there's a human skull, and an iron. It's basically been set there on an iron spike. You just kind of like get closer, and it's like, oh, that's not a door handle. That's a skull.
Yeah, it's just a human. Who cares?
Yeah.
But it doesn't.
One of the kidnapped people?
Maybe. It doesn't appear to be locked, but you do looking at it. It does look like it's pretty heavy. You think you're gonna need to give it a good push. So if you're gonna try to open it, I need you to make me a strength check to try to shove it open.
All right, I can do that. Nope.
All right, so you start shoving on the door.
Do you need some help?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
We're
not
terrible.
Pushing on it. If one of you wants to give the help action, the other can roll with advantage.
Try pulling. You sure it's a push door?
Okay, I'll pull.
Make a straight check. Oh, definitely not a pull door.
I'll just look over and go, do you want to give me a hand? Or do you want me to give you a hand?
I guess I'll give you a hand.
Okay. I'll try again. This better work this time. Yeah, that's better.
Okay, so the two of you pushing on the door, it starts to push, and you hear it swings open. As it does, you can see your light sort of filters in, and you see it opens into a room. The light hits the far wall, so you can see that it's a small chamber. It looks like there's a bunch of cured, poorly made animal hides lying about. It's illuminated by some smoking torches on the wall. It stinks horribly. And standing right in front of you are two very large, monstrous creatures.
Cool.
Large teeth, drooling. Looking beyond them, there's another larger, monstrous creature who is holding a massive axe over one shoulder. First thing you realize is the two large creatures in front of you are direwolves. And the second thing you notice is the booming voice of the creature behind them, who says in broken common, "You think to challenge the great Ulf? Vac, Thrag, at them!" As he lets go of two big heavy chains that he was holding the wolves with. So I'll open the door and we will roll initiative.
All right.
Let's try and be friends with the wolves. I want a wolf friend.
So the door opens on this chamber, and you can see this group in
All
here.
right.
Let's do it.
Alright, let's see.
It's
Everyone's
just a
very
warm-up round.
dexterous. Look at you guys with your dexterity of 3.
Well, in their defense, they are orcs.
No, I was talking about my friends with the bonus of 3.
Oh, they're
Compared
fast.
to my bonus of 4. And that's like one thing I've got to be good at.
Yeah, but I like to think that in this situation, you would take a moment to sort of assess.
Yeah, I don't really want to hurt the dogs.
All right, let's see. Where are the puppies? Direwolves.
Can I be friends with them?
Do you have the friend spell?
I don't think I have any spells. Negative.
No spells?
I know, what kind of assassin has 0 spells?
I don't know. Definitely not the arcane trickster, huh?
Nope.
All right,
That's not an assassin.
I know. All right. So,
Oh.
Great Oaf.
Great Wolf did not do very well.
He did not, which may be good for you all. And then the direwolf.
Yeah, it gives me advantage on attack rolls against him.
It's true. And how about the other guy? Oh, wow. Huh. All right.
Hmm.
So, the door opens and he drops the chains, which he was basically ready to do that as he heard you all sort of shoving on the door. So that's kind of his action this turn, is to just let the wolves charge forward towards you. But as he does, so Ris'a'an, you are faster to react as you see these 2 big beasts starting to leap in your direction. What would you want to do in this moment?
So I'm not that concerned about the beasts, because if I can kill their handler, then the beasts will be pretty easy to tame. So I am going to rush past these beasts and confront Ulf,
Aha.
or Ulf. And I'm going to take and swing my greatsword at him.
All right. So just make me an acrobatics check to, because you're gonna have to kind of slide past them over here. All right. So you slide under the feet of one. You do have to move. Let me see if you're out of his range. I want to make sure. Direwolf's range. Yeah. So you do move out of the range of one of them, which is going to try to nip at you as you go past him.
Okay.
So he will try to bite you. And he gets an 11 to try to bite you.
Yeah.
All right.
Not so much.
All right. So he tries to bite as you go by, but you clear past him, and you are at right toe to toe with the Great Ulf, who stands probably about 8 feet tall with his big axe. He looks a little surprised as you charge in on him.
Well, great. Nice to meet you, Ulf. How about you meet my sword?
Let's see. So, swinging at the Great Ulf, that hits him as he is wearing hide armor. Ooh, that is a solid hit.
Oh.
Max damage.
So, Ris'a'an has been saving this up since he's just been waiting and biding his time as you guys have been making your way in here for this. All right, so you leap in and you attack him with your sword, and you just cleave right into the meaty part of his hip, which he lets out a roar in surprise. He did not expect this. And then, Ardac, what do you do?
Hold on.
Oh, wait, yeah, what do you got?
I am going to take my second wind because I've been so frustrated by all these fights. And I'm going to take and swing my greatsword again at him.
Ooh, action surge. Definitely hits. All right, so 9 points of damage. All right, so with 2 hits, you have done some serious damage to the big orc already. He looks down in surprise, and he roars in anger at you. Ardac, what do you do as this happens?
How far away is where Ulf and Ris'a'an are?
I
can't really tell because they have big tokens.
Yeah, so you are 20 feet from the Great Ulf.
Okay, that's fine. I will first bonus action Rage.
Okay.
And then for my action, Ardac is gonna take a deep breath, and I'm gonna fire breath the dire wolves right in front of me.
Oh, all right.
So they have to make, I believe it's Dex saving throws.
Sounds good. All right.
Okay.
My
So
little doggies.
the first one will roll and gets a 7. 7's
Does
a
not make it.
non-lucky number. The second one gets a 17.
Okay, that makes it, but they both still take damage.
Right. One will take half.
Ooh.
Ooh. All right.
So the first one takes 11 damage. The other one takes however you have.
5.
Okay.
All right. So you fire breath into the room, and the fire warms you, Ris'a'an, as it does not come close enough to burn you. The wolves both roar in pain as their their fur is on fire in that instant. All right. So anything else from Ardac? Do you want to stay
Nope.
where you are?
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I am. Just kind of hold the door.
Okay. All right, Cormac. So you have seen Ris'a'an has disappeared somewhere inside the room, and Ardac has just blew a big old ball of flame into the room.
Okay, so I'm going to take a step to the side so I can get a clear shot at the big fella, the
Okay.
guy with the axe. And so I get advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn. Now I'm going to shoot my short bow.
Okay.
20.
A 20 will hit him.
Any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit.
He is surprised. He did not see you coming from the corridor.
So, and this is with sneak damage. So do I roll the sneak? Does that get doubled as well?
Yes. Sneak
if-
attack does get doubled on a crit.
Yeah, if it's a crit, any dice you roll get doubled. And then you add your bonus at the end.
Okay, so I'm just going to roll the... no, I'll just do the damage thing. So this is... We got to take 4 off. Do you want the die roll twice or just double the die that's rolled?
You can just double the die that's rolled if you want. That's great.
Okay, so we'll take 4 off after I roll and then double, then add 4. Because it's got +4 from the piercing. So what's that? 16, take 4, 12, 24, +4, 28.
28 points of damage. All right.
Nice.
That's a solid hit.
And then I'm just going to step back and use my bonus action to hide.
All right. So you guys quickly do a lot of damage, and Cormac vanishes into the shadows as quickly as he can. Then it is the wolves' turn as he roars, "Get them!" So when he does, the wolves, one is going to attack Ris'a'an. So he will attempt to bite you. And he does not bite you as he gets a 7, so you manage to get out of its way. The other goes after the Dragonborn who just lit him on fire. And also will miss. That one rolls a 1. So they are discombobulated by this fire and flame that has come up all around them. So then the great Ulf, roaring in anger, he is looking down on you, Ris'a'an. He doesn't even know where the arrow came from that is sticking out of his chest now. And he just roars and brings the axe up and over, and he's going to try to bring it down on your head. So he will attack, and he gets a 17 to hit with his axe.
And he misses.
Oh, he roars in anger as it cleaves into the floor. And he looks where you were standing a second ago and pulls it back out. All right, back to the top of the order. Ris'a'an.
God, that was a
I'm going to look at the great elf and go, let me show you how it's done.
You did.
You're so
do.
lucky to hit. Oh,
Another
Swing
12
into
slashing
him.
damage.
And this, you just kind of cut into his belly now where you had already hit him in the hip. And he is bleeding profusely. You actually see a glint of concern in this moment as he's roaring in your face, trying to show no fear. But you think he may be afraid. Do you do
As you should be.
Do you do anything else?
No.
All right. Ardac, You see, Ris'a'an has done some serious damage, and the arrow sticking out of the orc's chest seems to be giving him a lot of a hard time. You think maybe he might have a collapsed lung?
Ooh, fun. I'm a little distracted by the puppy that just bit me, so I'm gonna take my trident and just be like, "Bad boy," stab him with it,
Okay.
or try to stab him with it. Oh, that's a crit.
You stab him as he had reared up to try to bite you, and you ducked the bite. You just come back up and hit him full in the chest with your trident. How much damage do you do?
Ooh. 12.
12 points of damage. All right. This puppy does not look happy. In fact, he's bleeding heavily now from where your trident has pierced his chest. All right. So, what else do you do? Anything?
Nope, that's all I can do.
All right, Cormac.
And I'll do the same thing. I don't get advantage on this attack, do I?
Well, you used your bonus action to hide, so let me see if the Great Elf perceives you.
With a natural 20.
Yeah, you had a 28, I think.
28 total.
Yeah, so let's see if he perceives you. He doesn't seem to... He seems very distracted by what's going on in this room, and he doesn't seem to notice you.
So I have advantage on my attack.
You do.
Yes. 25.
That definitely hits him.
So this with sneak. 18.
18 points of damage. So, Ris'a'an, just to make me a dexterity roll, as the Great Elf has turned his attention towards you, and an arrow goes through the side of his head, and he's falling toward you now in a big, lumpy, solid mess. Oops, what's that?
I clicked something. My apologies.
Oh, no worries.
It's a great weapon fighting.
Yeah.
Fighting style.
Yeah, so, Ris'a'an, just roll me a dexterity check as the Great Elf is falling toward you where you're standing.
A dexterity check, you said?
Yes. All right. Yep. So you sidestep as this great big elf just lands on the ground with a thump next to you, and then Cormac, what else do you want to do?
I want to yell out, "I'm looting him," and then I'm gonna hide.
All right. So
I'm looting him, and then
excellent. So Great Elf goes down. Then let's see.
I think he had a weapon I could use. A great axe.
So, Cormac, you're in the hallway, and you see down at the end of the hallway an orc come around the corner. And turning now, kind of, it draws your attention, and now that your attention's drawn that way, you hear more footsteps behind it. Like the orcs that were further down have heard the sounds of this fight and are running to see what is going on. Orcs. So, and then, let's see, that was Cormac, that was the orcs are running this way. The wolves are left. So, now that the Great Elf has fallen, no, Great Elf, the wolves are going to, in a frenzy, attack the two of you that they can see. So the first one is going to attack Ris'a'an. Where's my dire wolf? There he is. Alright, he attempts to bite you. A 22 with the bite, in a frenzy of rage as he sees his master. Alright, he is going to do 10 points of piercing damage on the bite. And I need you to roll me a strength saving throw, please. Alright, you are pulled off your feet by this attack, and you land on your rear end prone on the ground. Boop.
Okay.
As you go down. The other wolf has its attention still on Ardac, and it bites at you. A 24.
That does hit.
8 points of piercing damage, and I also need a
Which
strength
is
saving
half
throw.
because I'm raging.
This is true, so 4 points of piercing damage.
Bad puppy.
All right, and a strength saving throw as it also tries to knock you over.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so you also are dropped prone. Let's see.
Guys, we have bigger issues. You can stop laying down on the job.
We don't know that yet.
All right, so you both get thumped on your butts. And then we come around to Ris'a'an's turn.
I'm sorry for the dogs.
So
They deserve it.
I'm going to go ahead and stand up,
All right, so half your movement, you get to your feet.
and I'm going to swing my greatsword at this wonderful dire wolf in front of me.
Fantastic. You swing your greatsword, and you are just kind of staggered by getting up, and the body of the great elf's kind of in your way, and you just sort of miss as the wolf pulls away.
And that is all I'm going to do.
All right, so Ardac, you are lying down on the ground, looking at the ceiling, a wolf slobbering over you.
I am also going to get up,
All right, you climb to your feet.
and this dog is being very naughty, so I'm going to stab it again with my trident.
You stab true. As you stand up, you stab back into its underside. How much damage do you do?
10.
10 points of damage.
Why won't you die?
He is severely injured, but not dead yet. Alright, then, Cormac. So you see this orc. You hear these orc footsteps coming
Can
behind
that
him.
does that orc know I'm here?
He does not appear to have noticed you because you kind of went around the corner and flattened yourself to the wall and waited.
So I have advantage on attacking him.
You do, only because he, as he comes around the crates, he's not expecting anyone to be there, so he doesn't see you, and there's no lights in the hallway.
Okay, so I'm going to attack the one I can see.
Okay.
21.
Let us see. A 21 will definitely hit this orc.
I hope so. If it doesn't, I'm in trouble. So it'll be sneak 18 damage to him.
Alright, so this orc rounds these crates and barrels. He just comes around the corner. He hasn't seen you. His eyes are kind of taking in the hallway. And just in the moment when it looks like he's registering somebody's there, you put your arrow right through between his eyes. So his forward motion is sort of stopped, and you just see him flap backward. And you hear a resounding roar from behind him as the other orcs see him fall with an arrow sticking out of his face.
Okay, then I'm going to... Was that 5 or 10 feet? Can I go diagonally into the stairwell?
Yeah, you could go around that corner. It's not a hard.
10. Oh man, this area sucks. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go here and hide from the orcs.
Okay.
And oh, that's just a 20. That's not advantage.
Okay. All right.
Damn it.
So behind you, Ardac, you hear the Cormac's bow, and you see it shoot past. The arrow goes by, and then you hear that. Now you hear this yell from behind, so you know something's coming from behind you. But the dire wolf in front of you is still drawing your attention as he's bleeding everywhere, and he, in a last-ditch effort, he like leaps on you and tries to rip your throat out. So an 18 to try to rip your throat out.
That just hits.
All right, so it would be 5 piercing damage if it's halved.
All
And
right.
then I need a strength saving throw to see if it pulls you back off your feet.
Oh my
And you
God.
are on your rear end. So Cormac,
That's the exact same thing I got last time.
So-
Advantage.
so Cormac, in an instant, like Ardac is lying, looking up at you with this wolf just sort of over the top of him. The other wolf attacks Ris'a'an. For
Ooh.
critical hit. So that's 10 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
And I need a strength saving throw.
Of course.
Oh, and you
Oh
also
my
get
God.
knocked back over.
Oh.
Who am I working with here? Who am I working
Why can't that 20 be on the other side?
Oh my gosh. Do we need a run?
All
No,
right.
we're fine.
You fine? I look over at Ris'a'an, who looks pretty fucked up, right?
I'm hurting pretty good.
Fuck.
All right. So around the corner comes an orc, and it just sort of rounds the corner and is surprised to find you two stacked up in the hallway. As it does, but it had to double move to get to you, so it can't do anything this turn.
Hi.
But you do hear the heavy footfalls of its comrades quickly keeping pace.
Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me.
So you and Cormac, you can see a little around the corner. You see 3 more orcs, and then there is an older orc kind of running along behind them, bringing up the rear, barking orders at them in Orcish that you can't understand. But they all have to double move to get here at this point. So we are back to the top. Ris'a'an, you are lying down looking up at a giant dog again.
I am going to stand up once again.
All right.
And swing my greatsword at this wonderful direwolf.
Excellent. Great sword. 12 will... I think that's going to miss him. That does. That misses him.
And I'm going to pull on my second wind.
Okay.
To restore some of my hit points.
That's what, a D10 plus your level?
Yeah.
All right, so you take a minute. Oh.
Oh, wow.
So that's what, 5 total, right?
5, yeah.
All right, so you take a minute. You're trying to sort of recenter yourself, take a quick couple deep breaths, and then Ardac, you are lying on the ground. You can see Cormac. You see behind him a couple of big giant legs that have come around the corner, and they're attached to a big orc that's now looming over him. And you still have this big bleeding wolf that you just are now covered in its blood.
I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to kill this dire wolf. I'm so pissed off about it now. Oh, gosh.
Oh, Lord. That's double ones, Jamey.
Who on Roll20 is messing with me right now?
I don't know. But let's see what happens next, as it is the direwolf's turn.
No, it's my turn first.
Oh, yeah, Cormac. Sorry. Cormac's turn first. You're so stealthy, you disappeared.
What am I going to do? I guess I'm going to disengage with my bonus action.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty certain that hiding's not working right now.
Yeah, no, this thing sort of just came around and was like...
So I'm going to disengage. Could I jump over here?
Just roll me an acrobatics check. Yeah, you just sort of somersault right in between the 2 wolves and land on the other side.
Okay, and then the one, how damaged is the one which has been ripping into my human? Well, not human.
The Githyanki?
Yeah.
So that one looks more robust than the one in front of Ardac. Ardac looks like he's almost killed his wolf. The one in front of Ris'a'an is definitely more okay at the moment.
I'll just try and finish the really damaged one off.
Okay.
So they're within 5 feet, so...
They are, so
okay.
You do get advantage.
Fuck yes. I really like rogues. Let's try and stab him with my rapier, shall we? 13?
A 13 will miss the wolf.
I just did a magnificent flip. I really don't give a fuck.
Yeah. You maybe your attack is a little off because you slip in the blood that's everywhere on the floor, and you're kind of standing in what's left of the Great Ulf, so it's a little bit unsteady ground. All right, now the wolves' turn. All right, so one is going to go after Ardac because you have nearly killed it. It gets a 9.
Miss.
The other one is going to go after. I'm going to give it 50-50 because now there's two of you next to it. So,
But I haven't done anything to it. I'm just saying,
Yeah, I know, but you're like fresh meat. So I'm going to roll a D100, and the high will be Cormac, and the low will be Ris'a'an. Oh, 60. So it's going to go... you draw its attention when you kind of slide into view, Cormac, and it tries to bite you. It gets a 10 to bite you.
Negative on that.
All right, so you are not bitten. Meanwhile,
Shush puppy.
Ardac, you have a wolf in front of you, but your attention is drawn by the two orcs that step up behind you.
All right. That's fine.
And then two more are a little ways back in the hallway now, and they start yelling in Orcish as they see the great Ulf on the ground. And the two that are next to you are going to attack you. All right,
That's
so the
fine.
first one has a great axe in hand. He swings angrily. 17 to hit you.
Miss.
All right, so he swings and misses. The other one comes over the top with an 18.
That does hit.
All right, so that's 4 points of slashing damage from him. The
Mhm.
one in the back is going to attempt throw a javelin between his two comrades at you. An
Miss.
11, so he will miss. And then the other one is going to... Let's see. The old where are you, dude? There he is. Found him. All right, so he yells at the other orc something in Orcish, and then he is going to also throw his javelin at you for now. A 23, so 5 points of piercing damage.
All right.
All
Heads
right.
up, our healer is missing. So...
Healer missing. All right, so after they go, it is going to be Ris'a'an's turn.
All right. So as part of my turn, Samurai have this thing called Fighting Surge.
Mm-hmm.
So as a bonus action, I give myself advantage on weapon attack rolls until the end of the current turn, and I gain 5 temporary hit points.
Excellent.
So I'm going to use that, and then I'm going to take and swing my greatsword at this direwolf in front of me.
That will definitely hit the direwolf because you have advantage.
Absolutely. And I do 13 slashing damage against it.
All right. It roars in pain as you hit it with your slashing of your sword. Do you want to do anything else?
Not much I can do. So no.
All right. Ardac, you are very much surrounded in this
Oh yeah.
stairway.
It's fine. So I have a question because I never know the answer to this.
Okay.
What is it to go into a frenzied rage?
I believe you just say I want to frenzy, which I believe you get advantage on your attacks, but everything gets advantage against you?
No, that's a reckless attack.
Oh, okay,
Frenzy just makes
frenzy.
it so that I can get 2 attacks in a turn.
Oh, let's double check.
And then I suffer exhaustion afterwards.
Not exhaustion.
But I kind of have like 5 things attacking me, so I need to do a little something about that.
It's true. Very true. Let's...
Yeah, but you got 2 of us behind you taking care of the wolves, so it might be best to
I'll
concentrate.
go for the orcs. I'm leaving that wolf alone. Because it just says I could go into a frenzy when I rage, but it doesn't say that's like an action, a bonus action.
I think you can choose when to go frenzy.
Yeah, I think you just do it.
You
Okay.
just can't go into a rage and a frenzy rage first turn and use your bonus action because it's one to go into a rage, isn't it?
Frenzy.
So yeah, you can just choose when to go frenzy, but you can't do the rage.
Yeah, I can. I have to
Frenzy
rage
and bonus.
first. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to go into a frenzied rage.
Okay,
And I'm going to just start stabbing some orcs.
that works.
First attack. 13.
All right, so
doesn't hit.
this is against the orcs. Let's see.
Yeah.
What do the orcs have for armor? You stab and you strike this orc that's standing behind you. So how much
Is that
damage?
Is that a hit?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Ooh,
13 damage.
13 points of damage. All right, you stab him, and he just looks down in surprise, and you realize that you nearly mortally wounded him in one hit.
Oh, that's cool because I get a second one, so I'm just gonna stab again.
All right, so you draw back and stab a second time.
Oh, that's.
Oh yeah, that definitely hits him. And
11 damage.
with that, you cleave off his head. The orc standing next to him gets clobbered by the head and looks at it in surprise as it falls. And he turns and he roars in your face, spittle flying on you.
And I'm gonna look at him and go, "Oh, you're next."
Let's see. After Ardac is Cormac.
I'm going to attack the one which is between me and the door. The one the one that was really bloody, which I missed last time.
Yes. Which you still have an ally within 5 feet, so you still have advantage, and boom.
24.
Definitely hits him.
14.
All right, you finish off that dire wolf that was in the doorway. He is dead.
Okay.
Thump.
And I'm going to disengage from this one because he's in my corner.
All right, so as you disengage, the wolf can't do anything about it, so it turns its attention back to your ally and will try to bite him. So Ris'a'an,
You got this.
12 to hit you.
And it misses me.
That gorgeous armor that glows in the torchlight just protects you and keeps you alive. Cormac, you understand maybe why he wears such beautiful glowing armor at this point. All right.
No, I'm pretty certain it was all me.
It's very possible. All right, so on their turn, the orcs in the hallway.
It's just all gonna come for me. I already know it.
Yeah, they're focusing on you now, Ardac, because they can't see anybody else. There's a giant wolf blocking them from Ris'a'an, and Cormac just disappeared around the corner. So, this one will just move along to give his friend room to throw a javelin at you, and which he will do. A 14 will miss. So he throws it, and then having used up both his javelins, he will move in so the next time he can attack. This one runs forward.
Oh,
and
fun.
he has his great axe in the air, and he swings. A 19.
Oh, that hits.
That's 3 points of damage. As he hits you, he swings it up and around and brings it down for a second strike. 20 to
hits?
hit you. So
So that's
4
enough.
more points of damage. And
Alright.
the one that moved aside, now he takes his swing with his great axe. A 19.
That also hits.
So that's 2 points of damage.
All right.
So as you are in a frenzy blood rage, these orcs have surrounded you and are starting to attack mercilessly. And
That's
then, Ris'a'an, you and this wolf are still going toe to toe. The great elf was no match for you, but this wolf, I don't know.
This wolf is, I don't know, causing me problems here, but I'm going to take him and I'm going to swing my great sword at it again.
That will hit the dire wolf. 14 points of damage. Let's see. He is still alive, barely.
Oh
Oh,
my god.
All right, do you have anything else you can do?
I don't.
All right. Ardac, you are surrounded in this stairway. What do you want to do?
I'm just gonna start stabbing at the big one.
Okay.
23.
23 will hit the big one. Who you can
That
see he is actually wearing heavier armor. When you hit him, underneath the furs you hear you hear metal against metal, and
That's
you realize
10
All right,
damage.
so he will take 10 points of damage for that.
And then I'm gonna try and stab him again.
All right.
Yeah, 13 is probably not gonna hit.
No, this time you definitely hit against the metal underneath his furs. You realize he's wearing like plate armor under there. He's definitely well armored and prepared for this fight. All right, Cormac, you are tucked in your corner. What do you want to do?
Okay, I'm going to step back 10 feet, and I can see one of the orcs, and... Oh, do I hit the orc or do I hit the wolf? Screw it. I'll stay in my corner. I'll just use my bow against the wolf.
Okay.
25.
You hit the wolf square in the side of its shoulder.
15 damage.
And you kill the wolf. The wolf is no more. You have felled Ris'a'an's greatest enemy.
Yes.
And I hide.
All right. You grab one of these nasty mutton furs and you just sort of pull it up and over, like make yourself look like the furniture. All right. So after Cormac...
So I'm assuming everyone else is going to die, and I'm just going to stay hidden in here until they leave.
It's possible.
Possibly.
All right. So the orcs are going to do their... They're going to come after Ardac again.
But they can see Ris'a'an.
What's that?
They can see the other people now.
Yeah, well,
Did you just stab their boss?
Yeah, they're gonna shift. They're gonna start shifting around you to sort of start moving into the room, but they're going to try to take you down before they go.
I don't think they are.
Oh no, they are. So the first orc gets a.
Oh, they're rolling really well.
That's 4 points of damage to you. How are you doing?
Rolling tremendous.
I'm standing.
Okay. The second one swings. He
Misses.
gets an 11, so he misses. And then the one in the plate armor with his great axe. He comes over the top with one swing with a 17.
Misses.
He swings it back around, roaring angrily.
That one hits.
2 points of damage.
I'm still standing.
All right, that is
Barely.
All right. So you are frenzied, angry. Blood is dripping everywhere. You guys look over at Ardac, and his golden like scales are just dripping red down, just dripping. But he is still on his feet. And then it is Ris'a'an's turn. Ris'a'an, the elf is dead. The wolves are dead.
I am going to move up here, right next to this orc, and I'm going to swing my greatsword at him.
All right. You swing and you hit him. 13. All right. You do massive amounts of damage. He's not dead, but he is severely injured by that single attack. And then, Ardac, you are bleeding everywhere. What do you want to do?
It's hard to tell whose blood is who at this point.
Yeah, you were covered in the wolf blood, but now there's this fresh, glistening... What do you do?
I'm just gonna keep trying to stab the big guy.
All right.
17.
You connect with his armor and do not hit him.
20.
And you come in under a soft spot this time, and you stab, and he roars.
13 damage.
13 damage. He is still standing, though.
I figured.
You do see that this kind of staggers him a little bit as you get him right in the flesh on his side, and he maybe you've hit a nerve in the leg. It hurts. All right. After Ardac, Cormac, you are tucked in nicely under one of these really stinky pieces of rug.
Guess I'm gonna step out because I heard that orc squeal in pain,
You did.
and I'm gonna aim for him.
The big guy? Okay.
Yeah, the big guy. Let's go. Let's fuck him up.
All right, so you definitely hit him as you shoot. Now you have an ally within 5 feet.
That was really disappointing.
Yeah, but it still hurts him. He looks surprised as this attack comes from over the shoulder of Ardac.
That was really disappointing, considering that's 2d6 for my sneak attack, and I get 3.
Yikes.
Ones are bad. All right, so the orcs.
Okay, but yeah.
So the one in front of Ris'a'an is going to swing at him. Great axe. 23.
Okay.
8 points of piercing or slashing damage.
I forgot my...
Oh, okay.
You forgot to try to hide.
The other two are going to attack the Dragonborn. The
I don't know
first,
how dumb
Oh my
these
god, I
are.
was shocked.
I'm Oh, the first one will
Oh.
miss.
Mm.
The second one will swing.
He's gonna
This is
kill
the
me.
big guy. First attack, a 16.
Misses.
He swings and you duck and it hits the stone. He swings it up and brings it down and tries to connect as you come back to your feet.
Misses.
And you
Oh, yes.
slam it into the stone wall and stop the attack on that one. And it's back to Ris'a'an's turn.
And I'm going to take and try and cleave this one in front of me right in half.
All right. You swing and he just parries the blow with his great axe. As he's bleeding and he looks at you and just shakes his head. No. All right. Ardac, what do you want to do?
Same thing I've been doing. Going for the big guy.
All right.
Nope.
You miss.
Nope.
Yeah, you're struggling to keep his axe against the wall. He pulls it free, and it kind of throws off your attacks on him. It comes back to Cormac. Cormac, you're watching this from your corner.
Do I have to do everything around here? Attacking the big guy again. 19.
19 hits him.
Please kill him.
17.
So over your shoulder, as he frees his axe and he brings it up, Ardac, he gets hit in the jugular with an arrow from Cormac from behind you, and he goes down.
Thank God.
I'm looting him as well.
All right, so after that,
And then I
you look around. Cormac's gone as you hear the echo of looting that. And then the two orcs, looking back and forth at their dead comrades, they are going to run. They disengage, and they're going to go. You see him hit the trap, not even hit the trap. He hits the door at a full run, and leaps through the door. So that's gonna
Doesn't the one next to which I can see? Does he disengage both or only one of them?
Both of them are gonna. So 5, 10.
So we don't get to.
How can he
They have that. I think they do.
So he can disengage twice in one turn?
No, there were 2 orcs.
Yeah, I'm saying about the one inside this room. He'd have to disengage from Ris'a'an.
Well, he takes the disengage action, so his movement this turn will not provoke attacks of opportunity. Yes.
So it's not.
But they can
person.
only move their movement, so 5, 10, 15. So,
Let's
and they
get
split
him.
up. One runs one way, and one runs, hits that door like a linebacker and goes the other way. So they have both turned and bolted in separate directions at this point. So, Ris'a'an, what do you want to do as the orcs run?
I'm not going to chase them. I'm going to stay in this room and try and search to see if there's anything that can restore any health to me.
All right.
They're gonna alert people. Fuck.
So make me a perception check as you're searching the room.
Yeah, I don't perceive much.
Let's see. You do not see very much. You can just, you see just a couple of wooden chests in the corner, but you don't, you're not going to be able to get them open right now because they're kind of big and heavy. It would take you a little bit of strength to lift these open. But you don't see any potions of healing at this moment. All right, Ardac, you are bleeding, and your quarry has just bolted.
Can I see either of them, or are they around the corners where I can't see?
You can't see them from where you are. They have both run around corners away from you. So you would have to go back down the stairs and look left or right to see if you could find them.
I'm gonna go down the stairs and look. They ran in opposite directions.
They did. They split the difference and took off in opposite directions.
Can I see the one who was running towards where we didn't come from?
Yes, if you go down the stairs, you see that he's just 15 feet around that corner.
Oh, this is probably going to be so dumb. But I don't want him to get away. How far? 15 feet?
Yeah, you can catch him with your movement. You could just run after him.
Yeah, I'm going to run up and do a double stab. Just try and... Because the other one's running towards where we already cleared, so I don't think he's going to go alert anybody. But this one might.
We did shut that door, didn't we? The other one where we came through?
You shut the secret door, and you rigged it with bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ardac, you guys see Ardac run around the corner. Ardac, you catch him easily. He did not have time to distance himself from you.
This is probably a stupid idea, but...
You definitely hit him.
13 damage.
Yeah, so you run up behind him and skewer him through the back with your trident. And he is dropped and dead. Thump.
Can I see the other one?
Looking back, you kind of see him. Has disappeared. He's got cover from the doorway. You can just make out like a little bit of his back. But
Yeah, I'm just gonna let him go.
Okay, because you could try to throw something at him if you wanted to.
I'll just try chucking a javelin at him. Just see what happens.
You can. Oh yeah, so you angle it and throw it, and you actually manage to hit him. Roll damage.
13 damage as well.
It doesn't kill him, but you hear him roar in pain, as he thought he had escaped, and he did not. So yeah, he is very physically damaged by that. All right. So Ris'a'an. Oh, actually, that was Ardac. Cormac.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, so I can dodge the traps.
All right. You actually come up right behind him.
Hey, buddy. And stab.
You hit
16.
him. Yes, you hit him with your rapier.
10.
He is saddened to find that the rapier is enough to kill him, as he falls to the ground, and he also dies.
Haha.
So,
And Loot City going on.
yep, and yeah, so...
I'm gonna loot the big one.
So,
Oh, God. God.
He almost killed me. I get to loot him.
I'm going to grab the health potion out, and then I see you start looting him, and I put it back in.
So the first thing that happens, Ardac, is you suffer 1 level of exhaustion.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep, so you just suddenly feel very exhausted and tired by this. Like, oh,
Mhm.
God. Yeah, so, Ris'a'an, you saw behind some of the furs, you found 2 chests that were lying on the ground there.
I'm going to open them.
All right, just roll me 2 quick strength checks to throw them open. One goes up. Yep, you just throw both of them open quickly. So Cormac, as you come back, you find Ardac. Is like starting to loot, and Ris'a'an has a chest open. Inside the chests, you find big sacks of gold and silver, totaling 440 gold pieces and 1,600 silver pieces.
Oh, we need to split that 3 ways.
What gold?
What gold?
No.
What silver?
I see that.
They're going into my pack.
There's also a very nice looking rapier. It's pristine.
I will study that rapier to see if it's worth anything.
It could be one of the weapons we're supposed to be trying to find, in theory.
Could be.
Does anybody have Arcana who knows about the rapier and wants to check?
I don't have Arcana.
Ooh.
I apparently do.
Yeah, looking at the rapier, it definitely has magical qualities. Mechanically, this is a +1 rapier. Very finely forged.
Weapons. And have saved both your lives multiple times.
So I'm looking at this thing and I'm going, well, it's kind of a small little sword for me. Little thief dude, do you want this thing?
I'm gonna act cash and be like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. Gonna be all casual. Not like I really want it, but I do.
And I'll just hand it over to him.
And then I guess I'll be like, well, I have a health potion if you want it. I think it's a health potion. It's red with gold sparkly shit in it.
Please give it to the barbarian.
I'll look.
You're not here. You're looting someone else. Go fuck yourself.
I'll look between myself and the barbarian, and I'll flip you for it.
And the other thing you find in the chest at the bottom, there is another potion. This one looks like it's got the bottom layer of it is like brown. Then there's a middle layer that's silver, and then there's a top layer that's like green. It looks like almost like stones with moss grown on them.
Do you know who would probably be really good at telling what these potions are? The other wood elf has gone missing.
Yeah, you look around and you're like, wait, where the hell is she? She's not here.
Well, I mean, I did throw a wood elf sized rock.
You did. Oops.
I just want to tell Aishan I was like,
I'll hand that healing potion to my good friend here.
Thank you.
Nice. All right, and so
I'll
Ardac,
take this other potion.
Yeah.
you are searching the body in the hallway, the plated metal, the one wearing plated armor.
That dude.
So when you search him, you do find that he is carrying a potion with the red potion with the gold flecks that you recognize as a potion of healing.
Hey. I've got to pop both of those bad boys. Just like double fisted. Just. I'm down to 2 hit points.
we can rest, but okay. There's beds in here. There's beds in here. You can shut the big iron doors, barricade it, but okay.
We take a long rest.
Potions.
I mean, you could take a short rest at this point and try to lock the doors. You haven't seen any other orcs or anything at this point.
It is a big heavy door.
It was really hard to open that door. I'll be honest. It was really hard to open that door. But then again, you aren't orcs, so it might be easier for.
Can I search the big guy, the first guy I killed? Has he been searched yet?
The big guy, searching him, you find that he's wearing like heavy hides. His axe is this big heavy duty axe that's made for like a larger size creature, and he's carrying he's got like 10 gold pieces in a pouch. Most of the wealth looks like it was in the trunk.
What wealth?
Oh yeah, that's true. What wealth?
I'm sorry, but the size of the pouches that those coins would have to go in, I would notice the difference between your normal backpack. You are not stealthily getting that much coinage into a bag without me saying.
I'm 6'2" and 340 pounds. My bags are pretty dang big.
The time it would have taken you to put all the coins in that backpack.
He puts the last coin in. I don't know what you're talking about.
I did have an 18 sleight of hand, so you know.
That's true. So, but otherwise he doesn't have anything valuable on his body. And the wolves don't have anything. He has an
axe if you want it.
Yes, he does have an axe.
So is this potion that I found at the bottom of this trunk, is that something that I might recognize?
You can roll me an Arcana check. You pick it up and you shake it, and you notice that none of the layers mix. They stay in their layers. And you realize that this is a potion of climbing.
Potion of climbing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, we could use that to get across the chasm.
Maybe.
I think we're in line with the chasm right now, judging by movement, or maybe even past it.
Do we want to do a short rest?
Yes.
I'm perfectly fine. I haven't been hit. I haven't been touched by anything. The only blood's on the soles of my feet from when I was landed in it, when I did my magnificent flip.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be sitting here for an hour or so resting.
I need to roll some hit dice.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so you guys move into the room. You want to give me a strength check to close the door? Oh yeah,
20 and a 19.
This time, Ardac, you just are like, fuck, boof. You slam that door shut. You just push it closed without any other issues, and it is solidly shut.
Hey, Cormac, do you want to put your little bell over here?
Why? What, we can see this door?
Just because.
I only had one bell, and it's used.
Aww, his bell is gone.
Womp womp.
In this hour, because I don't have to do anything, can I try and skin the wolves so we have some hides?
Oh, sure. You want to roll me a nature check on both of them to skin them?
Fuck yes.
Oh,
Ooh.
look at that.
I fucked up the first one
Yeah,
bad.
You struggled on the first one and kind of maybe gave up halfway through, but the second one you did a decent job on.
Yes.
Ooh. Look at those hit dice rolling.
Do you know what this means with the direwolf skin? I can become an direwolf.
Every time you hide now, you just throw the skin over your head.
It's like Metal Gear Solid, but with a direwolf skin instead of a cardboard box.
Exactly.
Oh, it's just sleeping.
He's just sound asleep. Doesn't it look lovely?
Your backpack's looking quite heavy, Ris'a'an. Do you need
Nah,
help carrying it?
not at all. It's just fine.
You're jingling more than you used to.
That's just my shinies.
Right? That's
They knocked a few
just
pieces loose.
it's just his armor. Yeah, the bat. He's gonna have to fix that later. So yep. So you guys rest for the hour, and you don't. Nothing seems to disturb you. You don't hear any other sounds from the hallway. It's very quiet. What do you want to do?
If someone can open this door, I will go scout. I was considering scouting in that hour, but then you shut the door on me, so I decided to skin some animals, because why not?
So I'll pull the door open.
Yeah!
Alright, maybe a strength check. Oh! That's a stealth check. Strength.
Cormac did the stealth. My strength is
Yep.
above it.
So you pull the door open, and Cormac, you slip out into the hallway.
If you hear the safety word of, oh fuck, I'm under attack, run, help, 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 I'll be coming back this way.
Sounds good.
I'm going to start walking.
Ris'a'an starts following slowly behind. So Cormac, you run a little ways ahead. You come to an intersection. You can see, looking to the south,
Decisions.
you can see it looks like a big storage area. There's tons of crates and barrels and things like that. Straight ahead, you see a door that's currently closed.
Listening at the door.
Listening at the door. Make me a perception check at the door.
23.
You listen carefully for a moment, and you hear it sounds like snoring coming from inside. Something
Okay.
sounds like it's sleeping.
As soon as I see the lights leave, can I quietly try and open up the door, because I'm going to risk my life?
Well, you do notice with your perception, you hear the snoring. You also notice this door is locked.
Well, can I try and pick the lock?
Yes, you can.
What's that, Thief Stills?
Yes. So it's a dexterity check, and if you're with proficiency,
17.
yeah. So you are able to pick the lock on this door.
Ardac's just going to kind of stay back and let this happen.
I'm just going to stay back here and see what goes on.
All right.
I'm going to grab my trusty new rapier and try and test this fucker out.
All right.
Throw.
So you are going to try to quietly open this door.
Mm-hmm.
Just roll me a stealth check, or a stealth or sleight of hand, whichever is better for you. All
I
right.
looked at the torch behind me, and it glittered off the armor and the skin. Oh,
Well, and as the door swings open, even though you're trying to be quiet, the hinges are kind of old and rusted and give a mighty "Urgh." And the snoring you hear, it turns into like coughs as the door opens, and you see looks like a storeroom. It's packed with barrels and crates and sacks and things along the walls. But amidst these barrels and crates on the floor inside, there are 4 oversized straw pallets. All of them look like they have lumps in them, as these orcs are alerted to your presence by the door opening and start to get up, as it seems they slept through the initial fight, but you have woken them from their sleep. So you see their feral eyes begin to open, and their weapons are lying nearby, as the first one close in notices you coming through the door. So we need to roll more initiatives here.
Oh,
what was the... Oh shit, fuck, I'm under attack. Help, 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 help.
Oh,
What is
Wow,
going
guys.
on?
to be fair, Ardac and Ris'a'an are like 20 feet back. We were
Yeah.
letting this happen.
How did I not go? and not react to the really loud door. Instead, I've gone, oh, fuck. I'm in trouble.
Well, last time we rolled really high on the initiative, and then we rolled really crappy on our attacks.
But
Yes,
that,
I beat
the
one of
orcs
them.
are below us.
Jesus. Yes, they are. They sleepy-eyed and surprised by the door opening. While they are aware of you, they don't have time to get up first. So there are 4 prone orcs in the room. As Ardac down the hallway, you can just see the first orc at the edge of your lantern light. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna run up and I'm just gonna stab him.
Fair.
Do I get advantage because he's still prone?
You get advantage on a melee attack because he's prone. So you can run in and get right next to him, and you have advantage on the attack. Oh, let me open the door for you so you can see him. Just realized I didn't do that. Maps. Oops, I need an arrow. This is what the room looks like. You ready? Boom. This is the room.
So I'm gonna go right up to this ugly guy. Right there. And I got a 26.
That definitely hits him, in fact. As
For
he
12
is
damage.
Startled. He does not kill him, but that is definitely a solid blow. As he, for a second, is sort of trying to decide if he is still sleeping. And then when you stab him, he realizes that no, in fact, he is not sleeping. This is all too real. And he does not like it, not even a little bit. So, once you stab him, it is then Cormac's turn. So, Cormac, you're just sort of standing there with the door open. Like, oops.
Okay. Let's step in here.
Okay.
Let's use my fancy new rapier.
You spring
and
off
stab
one of the...
This one.
Yep, spring off one of the cartons that's sitting in the corner. And you stab him as he is prone.
Now this is assassinate, so this is a guaranteed crit. So
Oh boy.
Nice.
we got to... So the +1 from the weapon, that's not doubled?
No, the +1 is not. The +1 adds the
So
overall
we
damage.
take 5 off, then double, then
Okay.
add 5. So we go smack.
Whew.
So take 5 off, so that's... What's that?
That's 20,
35.
so 35. Oh, yeah, you sort of jump in, and you probably like pink, like a couple of stabs, and he does not get up. Ever again.
Acupuncture.
He will
And
never,
then-
ever get up again.
Can I try and hide in my direwolf skin?
Yeah, sure. You sort of drop behind the crates that you leaped into, and you pull your it's not completely clean, which kind of works for the motif of like the rest of the facility, and you just sort of fall behind a crate and pull the skin over the top of you as you fall, and you're kind of tucked in a corner. All right, Ris'a'an.
So I'm going to go up to the only one that I can,
Okay.
right here, and I'm going to swing my greatsword at this guy.
Okay.
Advantage is a 20, because he's still prone.
Yes, because he has not gotten to his feet.
I don't think he's going to be getting to his feet.
No, in fact, he does not. Ris'a'an finishes him off as well, which angers the two who are throwing off their skins right now. The wolf, they have these dirty wolf skins over them. They leap to their feet and leap toward the two of you, stepping over the fallen corpses of their friends. The first one swings his great axe as he comes up at Ris'a'an for a 16 to hit.
And he misses.
He tries to wipe the sleep out of his eyes. The second one swings at Ardac,
That hits.
and that is 12 points of slashing damage.
And you're not raging, so that's
Not-
12 points of slashing damage.
I only have one rage. Do I get... No, it's not short rest. I get them back. It's
I don't think so.
Long rest.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's
you
fine.
it slashes across your chest. You feel the blood dripping again. Just fix that.
God damn it.
All right, and then it is your turn, Ardac.
Oh, good.
I've never been hit, so
Well, that one that just stab me, I'm gonna stab him right back.
Jabbity jab jab jab.
In
18.
fact, you do stab him right back.
For 13 damage.
13 damage. He is hurt, but not dead as you do that. And then, Cormac, you're hiding in the corner behind a crate with your wolf skin over the top of you.
As usual.
Seems par for the course.
Well, I kind of want to do a little forward roll with a little stab out at this guy, all fancy like.
All right, you roll forward, come to your feet, and stab him. That definitely hits him.
Ha! 16.
And he dies on the end of your blade. Man, you like this rapier. This is a nice rapier.
And instead of the Z like Zorro, I do a C for Cormac. And then I hide.
And you're actually surprised to find the little bit of magical energy, like you for a second see that C in the air, and then it sort of
Like a little sparkle up.
just a little bit of a sparkler.
Yeah.
All right, Ris'a'an. Cormac has jumped out and has killed the orc that was next to you, so only one
Now
orc
I'm
remains.
laying in the bed.
I'm swinging at this last orc.
That will. He's standing, so that will miss.
Yep.
As you swing. All right. So he looks between the Dragonborn and the Githyanki, and he will decide. Let's see. High will be the Dragonborn. Oh nope, he's going for the.
Yes.
24 to hit Ris'a'an for 5 points
He
of
does.
slashing damage, and then it is Ardac's attack.
Just stabby, stab, stab, stab. 22 to hit.
Oh, definitely.
11 damage.
And you quickly put down the orc, and he is no more. So you now have 4 more dead orc bodies littered about on the ground around you.
And let's loot.
I'm going to start stomping around and kicking these beds over and smashing these.
Yeah, I'm gonna start looting a little bit. See what
Checking for shiny stuff.
Looking for whatever I can find.
21 for shiny valuable items.
All right, so looking around, the first thing you all kind of look at and see is these supplies that are stockpiled here. They are in pretty decent shape. You figure that they've been taken from nearby settlements in the orc raids. You'd have to sort of inventory everything, but there's probably a decent amount of gold worth of just stuff here. Though it's a lot to carry out, you'd have to do more than one trip. As far as shiny stuff, you find amongst the bodies and things like that, you find about 15 gold pieces and 10 silver pieces in their various pouches, but they don't seem to have anything else worth money.
Tell you what, guys, well, 5 gold pieces each, and you guys can split the silver because I'm such a nice guy.
And then as Ris'a'an kicks over the last bed, you sort of ding your foot on something metal under there. Just kind of stub your toe for a second. And you're but a cauldron rolls out from underneath the bed, spilling gold pieces that were stashed inside of it. Also, a couple of rats run out of the cauldron too and run away. So you see that looks like these orcs hid about 210 more gold pieces inside this cauldron that they were keeping from their brothers.
Another 210 gold to divvy out.
And
That's like 70 gold apiece.
Cormac,
In my math, it's 210 for me.
Yeah, you can't sneak this, Cormac. Sorry.
And Cormac, you notice where Ris'a'an kicked over one of the other beds. You pick up 2 more pouches that look like they fell out of the wolf skin, and inside are some gems. So
I'm just gonna scoop them up.
in one pouch, there's a large topaz. You figure is worth about 200 gold, and the other pouch has 2 onyx stones, each of them worth 50 gold pieces.
Hey guys, I found some onyx stones. You can have 2. You can have 1 each.
You're so kind.
Well, thank you so much.
See?
So it looks like these orcs were keeping some stuff for themselves.
How terrible to get all these riches and keep them to yourself and not tell anybody else about
I
them.
know.
I know.
I can't
At
believe
least
someone
I-
would do something like that.
I know. At least I'm sharing with the team right now. And stealth.
Are you trying to
Run off.
hide from us?
I'm running off. We've got more to explore.
Yes, we do.
Boom.
You got to go back the other direction.
I think this time Ardac's going to follow Cormac a little closer.
All right, so
No, the light. Okay, I want to go left.
all right, so you
Unless
come.
I hear anything.
Okay, so you come into this bigger open area. You see all these other like piles of loot. Like there's just piles and piles of stuff here that you can see. Just haphazard stacks of crates, barrels, sacks, bundles. They just crowd the different corners of this cavern. You can see that there is a passageway that goes south to your side. And as your comrades move deeper in, they can see, it looks like behind one of the stacks, another passageway also cuts to the south, further ahead, around one of the big stacks of items.
I see people, so I'm probably just gonna be very quiet.
All right. While you're slipping through there, your two comrades have moved further in, and what you notice, the two of you, as you get to the other side of the room, is you see there's like this large basin here. It looks like there's some standing water in it, almost like this is what they use for like fresh water, though it looks a little bit murky and gross. Do you guys want to, the two of you want to give me perception checks where you are?
Sure.
Two most perceptive people on our team together.
Very much.
Oh, look at that.
All right. So you're looking around and you can see that it looks like behind the pile of goods to the north above you, it looks like those are all stacked in front of another corridor that goes deeper to the north. It looks like it would take a little effort to sort of clear those out and get through to that area. Let's see. Do you see anything else in there? I mean, you see that there's foodstuffs, ale, blankets, tools, timber, pitch nails, wool, and all sorts of goods in the crates and barrels. You figure that there's probably about 20 or so gold worth of mundane supplies, but it's just a lot of it here. But you both do notice, actually, yes, you both notice that there's a loose stone in the wall here behind where this well is. And if you remove it, do you remove it?
Yes.
All right. When you remove it, you find a small strongbox tucked in the hole that's behind the loose stone.
I'll pull it out and smash it on the ground.
All right. You pull out the box and throw it to the ground. It clatters open, and out pours 180 gold pieces. And just roll me a strength check, would you? There was a small vial inside that smashes on the ground, and it spills the little bit of contents that was in it, but it looks like it was just holding some water.
Okay.
So, as you two are looking in here and doing this, Cormac, you move down the other side tunnel quietly. You come into an open area where you see a few more of these straw beds lying on the ground, a couple more piles of goods. You notice, though, on the southern wall, you see a caged door, and you can see two figures behind the door, sitting down. They don't seem to have noticed you.
First off, kind of want to check the room for shinies.
Okay. Make a perception check. All right. You look around to see if you find anything. You also see there's a lot of like mundane equipment and things here that were stolen. You don't find any like treasure left lying around here.
It's terrible. So I'm just going to sit down by this door and ask the other two, how's life?
They jump in surprise as they did not notice you coming. You slipped in without them seeing you. You can see that the cage door looks like it's made from these rough-hewn sapling trunks that have sort of been crudely cobbled together into a barrier, but it's pretty sturdy. A big iron padlock secures it closed. The two filthy prisoners jump in surprise when they see you. They're wearing tattered rags, but they crowd up to the door, and one of them yells, "Thanks, Yandala! Oh, we're rescued! Thank goodness you're here! You must help us!"
Who's rescued who? I'm not rescuing anyone.
Well, the orcs kidnapped us from Blazingdale.
That's what they all say. What do I get if I rescue you guys? Do you have anything shiny?
No, they took anything of value that we had. They robbed our farm, and they kidnapped us, and they said they were going to ransom us back to the town.
I guess I could let him out.
Please save us. I am Geraldil, and this is Korana. We've been here so long. Our families, the orcs said that they couldn't raise the ransom, and they were going to kill us any day now.
You hungry?
Very much so.
I'll give them a ration each. Yeah.
They take it gratefully, and they start eating it, looking at the padlock and back at you with hopeful eyes.
For one, it's still not safe out here.
Well, I mean, if we slip away quietly, they'll never know that you got us out of here.
The bridge is down.
Oh no! How do we get out?
That's the issue.
So, go ahead, Cormac.
Yeah, I'm not telling them about my little secret door with the bells, because they'll probably kill themselves on the trap.
So Ris'a'an and Ardac, you hear voices coming from further back in the tunnel where you came from. It sounds like somebody's having a conversation.
I'm going to sit down and have one of my rations as well, and just start chatting about mine.
So I look at Cormac and say, "Okay, well, we've got this gold here. I'll take half if you want half." And
you can't even see me, buddy. You're nowhere near me.
Do you hear that?
Some voices. Strange. But yeah, I'll take some gold.
All right. You want to go see what the voices are there, Ardac?
Yeah, sure. Might as well. See what trouble he got into now.
Yeah, he always seems to be getting himself into trouble. So I'll wander over towards where the voices are.
All right, so...
And I'll follow.
Yeah, you actually, they sound like they're coming from this side path, too. You could go along this little side corridor and come into the big room. Yep.
Yeah, and then when we were walking back through the forest, we see these two shiny things, and me and the other wood elf, we just jumped and we took them out, and they weren't even hard to beat either. They were very easy to take.
Oh, you're very brave to attack the orcs like that, and just...
Oh, these weren't orcs.
Oh.
These were weaker than orcs. Orcs were a bit of a challenge. These two, they were walking apart.
So
what are you doing, Ardac?
The two prisoners jump back in surprise as the lights come around the corner, and they kind of shield their eyes as they've been in the dark for a long time. But as they realize that you are not orcs, they come back to the door, and they say, "Oh, good. We're rescued then."
Cormac, why haven't you opened this door?
Because it's not safe out here.
How's it not
Of course
safe?
it's safe out here.
Well, we haven't fully explored everywhere. I don't know if you guys were dead.
That's because you went off by yourself.
Yeah, because you guys light up everywhere, and it's hard to be stealthy. And we haven't secured a passageway. There's still a returning orc party. There's that poison gas trap. There is the bridge which is down. There are bells tied to a string.
The most dangerous threat.
Blood and guts everywhere.
Sounds terrible out there.
So is this door locked?
It's got this big padlock on it that's just keeping it shut.
I haven't picked it yet. We'll have a nice little chat.
Our families couldn't afford to pay the ransom that the orcs wanted, so we've been stuck here.
Do you know how much the ransom was?
The orcs didn't tell us. But I mean, I'm sure our families will pay what they can if you save us.
And if they don't, I'll look around for a little box.
I'm going to investigate this area to see if I can find a key.
Okay.
While he's doing that, I'm so tempted to pick this lock because it just seems easier.
All right, so Ris'a'an starts wandering about looking for a key. Cormac, you lean in and try to pick the lock. And you find, even though it's rusted, you easily pick it and pull the padlock free. The two people inside the cell smile like just these. It looks like the first time in a long time they've had any hope. They just smile as you take the lock from the door.
I relock it.
No! Why would you do that?
Just want to see if it could be done.
The woman starts
You're
to cry.
terrible.
You see tears start going down, streaking through the dirt on her cheeks. And Ris'a'an, while you do not find a key, you do see in this passage to the right of the cell, it looks like, as you look in, it looks like there's a fire burning inside. And now you can smell the smell of like campfire smoke. So it's off to the right on the screen if you come back there.
Okay,
Boom.
got it.
There you go. And so you can see, while Cormac is playing with the emotions of the two prisoners, that there's a cooking fire in here, and the smoke goes upward into what looks like a chimney in the center of the room. There's a bunch of battered pots and kettles that are stacked all over the place. It's definitely some kind of crude kitchen. And as you watch the smoke draft up through the hole in the ceiling, you realize that the hole is big enough for somebody to go up or down through.
Do I see any water or anything that I could put out this fire with?
Yeah, there's like a couple of pots with water in them.
So I'm going to toss them on the fire and put out the fire.
Okay. So
And then I'm going to walk back to the cell. I'm going to say, okay, Cormac, quit playing with them. Let them out.
Well, how are they going to get out?
I've got a chimney they can climb up. We'll give them a boost. Let them climb out of here.
How tall's the chimney?
I don't know. It looks like somebody can climb up it. I put out the fire so they won't get smoked out. We'll give them a boost up to the ceiling and let them climb.
They look at each other nervously and they say, "Are you sure it's safe?"
Perfect.
Personally, I don't think it is, but you guys don't listen to me in the first place. Or
Just
else
be careful when you get
I
out.
would advise you to wait until we get back.
What if
Then again, we may not come back.
what if we all leave together and then once you get us home safely, you can come back here?
That's a lot of walking, and I've only got horses booked for so many days.
We have a couple of horses back at the farm.
Man, we got things we need to do.
Then there's that whole bridge issue. This seems like a lot of work. Could just kill them.
You see them both back up to the wall inside.
Absolutely not.
They huddle together in the corner.
They're probably safest still being in this jail cell.
See? Somebody agrees with me.
Oh, Lordy. I'm going to go up and smash this lock.
Roll me a strength check.
I will fight you for this. Okay.
Ooh. All right, so as Ris'a'an goes to smash the lock, you get in his
I
way.
threatened to fight him, and
Yep.
he failed.
And you throw him off his slamming into it, and he does not smash the door open. The two people sort of like, the woman screams a little terrified because she kind of last heard something about killing them, and then Ris'a'an, you kind of lunge at the door. So she is now completely in tears and crying, and the man is like put her behind him and is holding her back like, it's all right, it's all right.
Cormac, you're just scaring these poor people.
You're
Open
the
the
one
door.
scaring him.
Open the
Crazy
door.
man. Crazy shiny man. Take a step back. They may think you're gonna try and kill him.
Open the door, please.
All right, so Cormac, you undo the lock again, this time even more successfully now that you know the inner workings of this particular lock.
They're gonna attack us.
I'm gonna step into the cage and shut the door.
They look at you terrified as you step inside and close the door behind you.
Then I'm
Can
gonna
he
pull
leave
it out.
the lock?
I'm gonna push the door open so we can't keep it closed.
All right, he's pushing the door open. Cormac, what are you doing?
I'm gonna fight him for it. I want that door shut.
All right, so both of you roll me athletics checks. You try to hold the door shut, and Ris'a'an shoves it inward, and is now the door is open, and you're kind of pushed back to the wall as he pushes in.
I'm just gonna lean on the door with him behind it, with all 342 pounds.
Cormac, you find yourself pinned behind a wooden cell door.
I will pull out my dagger.
You hear,
Oh, no.
Ris'a'an, you hear the shh of a dagger blade coming out of a sheath.
And I will peek into his backpack and see all this gold.
Do you just like
You're
pull it
behind a
open?
door.
Do you like? Well, I mean, it does have slats. Like it is like a cell, so there are openings to it. Do you want to make me a dexterity check to see if you can reach his backpack while he has you pinned? Oh yeah, he just pull. It's just you notice all of a sudden that it looks like Cormac is looking over your shoulder into your bag as you are leaning on the door.
I'm gonna elbow him.
I will dodge out the way with my acrobatics.
All right, make an athletics check, Ris'a'an. Yeah, he like moves his head aside, and you elbow the door.
Ow!
The two prisoners
step
are
away from the door.
yeah, the two prisoners are just like now like as far back in the corner as they can squeeze, just watching you. They're
I'll step
completely
back from
terrified.
the door and move to the other side.
All right.
I know you have coins in there a lot more than what you said you did.
Yeah, I know you do too, so that's besides the point.
Well, I don't have anywhere near as much as what's in your backpack.
Oh, when we get back, we'll all prove it.
If we all get back. I'll pull out one of my daggers and I walk up to the prisoners
Oh no.
They look at you
What
terrified.
are you doing, Cormac?
and I hand the dagger over to one of them and be like, this will help you when you try and get out, possibly.
The man Jaredil takes the dagger surprised. He just shaking, looks at it, looks up at you. Thank you.
No worries.
We'll give you a boost up the chimney.
Either that or if you can step over the trap, there is another way out, so you don't need to climb up a chimney.
Yeah, but if the hunting party's coming back, they may come in that way.
Yeah, I think the chimney is the safer bet.
Your choice.
Could someone maybe put a rope, like go up and tie a rope? We're not usually the adventuring type. We don't do a lot of.
Well, if you're not the adventuring type, why go into an orc home? This is.
We didn't go into an orc camp. They came to our farm and dragged us away.
Yeah.
We had no choice.
I expect shiny reward.
The
I'm not
man's-
very good. I got acrobatics. I don't know if that's good at climbing.
Ardac will try and climb up and tie a rope.
Okay.
I'll do it. I'm plenty strength and plenty acrobatic.
All right. So Ris'a'an is going to climb the chimney.
Yep.
All right. So give me an athletics check. All right, so you climb up into the chimney. Ardac probably gives you a boost to get up into the hole. The walls inside are irregular and rough, but somewhat slippery. But you manage to find handholds, and you make your way up as you climb. And you actually end up having to climb. It's about 80 feet to the top before you kind of pop out through the top of this chimney hole. And you find yourself, you sort of look around, and you're kind of up near the top point of the stone tooth. You kind of have a look down. You can see like the whole lay of the land below and the forest and stuff. You can see the path you took to get up here. And you realize that this was where you saw the campfire smoke coming up and out from the bottom of the hill. And you can see there's no direct path to get up here, but someone could climb back down from here and get back down to the slope. They just have to be very careful. But you can see places where there's handholds and stuff to get back to the ground below.
Okay. I'll holler down to the folks underneath and say, okay, who's going to start climbing?
Do you gonna throw the rope down?
It's going to be a little short. You're going to have to climb a little ways anyway.
Okay.
I'll toss the 50 feet of rope that I have down after I've tied it off to myself.
All right. So the man is going to he sort of gets behind the woman. So and he says, "You go first, and we'll make sure that if you slip, we're here to catch you. And then I'll follow you up." And so Korana, he sort of helps give her a boost, and she's gonna try to climb.
Says, I'm not going to be here to help catch. I'm not part of that deal.
Aw. All right, so she's
But
going
she's
to
so
try to
nice.
climb up.
Are you hiding from us?
Oh, all right. So Korana makes it up to where the rope starts without too much trouble.
With myself.
And then she, using the rope, thanks to the rope, she manages to climb the rest of the way up. So it takes...
I'll be assisting her by pulling her up the rope as well.
All right. So yeah, so she manages to get up. It takes a little bit, and then she will yell back down, "Geraldine, I'm safe at the top." And he'll look around at you, and he says to Ardac, because he looks and Cormac is nowhere to be seen. "Where the hell did the elf go?"
I never know.
He says, "Be careful.
Oh.
This isn't the safe place for anyone, but thank you all for your assistance. If you come back to Blazingdale, come by our farm and we'll reward you best we can."
I'll be sure to do that.
You promised horses and coinage.
He looks around into the shadows where the disembodied voice comes from, and he looks at Ardac and he goes, He's a little creepy, your friend."
More than a little.
Just a little.
And then he attempts to climb up to get to where the rope is up above. And he also does pretty well. All that farming seems to have, been good for him. And then he grabs onto the rope and starts making his way up. And eventually he also gets to the top of the chimney with you, Ris'a'an.
And I pull him up out of there and set him on the ground.
He puts his arm out to you and to give you a handshake.
And I'll shake both of their hands, and I will point them in the direction of the town as I know it.
He says, "Thank you, friend." He says, "I don't know, I've never seen someone like you before, but thank you for being so helpful to us. You have saved our lives."
Be safe. Watch for those orc hunting parties and keep hidden.
We'll
At night.
do our best. We told your friends if you come back to town, you can find us. We live on a farm just outside of the town limit. We'll do what we can to repay you for your kindness.
A bed and a good meal will be enough for me.
He nods.
Up the chimney, you hear, "You promised horses and shiny stuff."
And then Ris'a'an, do you climb back down the rope into the hole?
Oh, I'm just going to climb down. I'm not going to use the rope.
Okay.
Climb down the rope. It's attached to you. Do it.
Exactly.
Make me
So
an
I'm just gonna
athletics
climb that
check. Oh,
Oh,
okay.
shit,
Let's
Tonk, tonk,
see.
tonk, 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 tonk.
So, as you're climbing down without the rope,
I don't get advantage because I've done this all once already.
Oh no, because it's slippery in here.
Oh, he had a potion of climbing.
Make me a strength saving throw. All right, so you start to fall, like you kind of start falling down. You guys down below, you hear the sound of the metal armor clink, clink, clink. But before you hit the bottom, you manage to slow your fall. Like you get yourself to a stop. You do take 3 points of bludgeoning damage from just the pinballing off the walls. But and Ardac, you probably back away as some debris and stuff starts kind of coming down before he does. It sort of lands in the fire pit and stuff like that. But Ris'a'an eventually comes out of the hole without falling into the open fire pit. And you are all safely in the kitchen. And I think we will leave it there for today.
This looks like a good place to sleep.
Yeah, I still have that exhaustion.
I'm good.
So
I'm down a dagger.
Speaking of sleep, though, I mean, Ris'a'an, you did see, like, up at the top, I mean, it was kind of an open area, like a ledge up there out under the open sky. No orcs and things like that. I mean, you might consider that, oh, we could all climb back up and sort of camp up on the hillside up here for the night.
Why don't we just barricade ourselves in here, get some of those big boxes and block it off?
Or you can do that.
I think they kind of know where the kitchen is. Then the amount of dead people, the freed prisoners, the cut bridge, and then if they see a blocked off kitchen, probably kind of let them know where we are.
Still taking a while to get to us, though.
Yeah. If we pile enough stuff, it'll take them a while. It'll wake us all up before they get to us.
And then we just stab them.
Slash them.
I prefer piercing.
So you guys gonna try to hunker down and get an 8-hour rest inside the kitchen?
Yes.
All right. So.
Well, I'm gonna spend the 8 hours doing whatever the fuck I do in 8 hours. I'm gonna count all the coins.
Well, you gotta sleep anyway, otherwise you'll get exhaustion.
I need a 4-hour trance.
Yeah, elves.
Yeah, elves.
So we will break with you guys settling in to try and take a night's rest, and we will see how that goes when we start back next time.
I'm so tempted to wake you up and say we're under attack when we're not, just to fuck with you guys.
We'll just stab you.
Yep. Waking
have
up
to
and
see.
get Githyanki out of a sleep is not a good thing to do.
It's not
You
gonna be
have to see.
It's not gonna be the orcs that finish off this group. It's gonna be each other.
You can't stab what you can't see, and you need to finish the long rest before you can blow fire at me.
I just need to know generally where you are. I just have a code.
Long rest not finished, fire breath not regained, exhaustion still in effect.
Oh no,
That's
my
right.
fire breath comes back after a short rest, so I have it.
Ooh.
Fuck.
All right, so we will come back with this in 2 weeks. We'll pick up. Hopefully, Kat will feel better and we'll be back as well, and we'll find you all. Meanwhile, let's do some plugs if we have any. So, Brad, do you have any plugs or anything like that?
Nope, just for this one, Forge of Fury, Uncanny Adventures.
All right, Barry.
I actually do believe that I have tomorrow. It's 10 a.m. Monday for you guys, Eastern Standard Time. I am in one for Stalwart Initiative. We're coming up to a temple for a dragon with a lot of dragon people. My party also don't trust me in that one. Then again, they've also hit me twice, so I don't trust them either. And then I think Tuesday nights for you guys, I am in one on Indoor Adventure for that new Waterdeep heist.
Ooh, nice.
So who knows, Cormac may make another appearance there at level 1.
Nice.
because heist seems something in shiny stuff would be good. A lot of shinies in a heist.
Shiny's always the way to go.
But yeah, that's pretty much it for me right now.
Okay. And Jamey, what do you got going on?
Well, this Tuesday on this channel at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we are playing Call of Cthulhu Reign of Terror, where we just found out that the world is going to end in 5 days, and we have to somehow stop it, but we don't know how to stop it. And
Yay.
also, we're down a player for Tuesday, so there's only going to be 2 of us. It's going to be a buddy cop show.
There you go.
We're both like in our 40s. I'm one-handed and partially deaf. He's a drunk.
Who has been injured very severely at this point.
So bad.
Yeah, he's alive only by the sheer grace of luck.
And my son.
And your son. Yes, and the other player is character's off on a date during the end of the world. So, he's got his priorities right, which leaves these two to handle it. Do you have any other ones going on, Jamey?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. So we will be back in 2 weeks at 4:30 p.m. here for the continuation of this adventure. And then Tuesday night at 7 p.m. we'll be doing the Cthulhu game, which will be fun. And also, I believe on September 22nd, I believe we're going to start on Power Score RPG's Twitch. I'm going to get to play in the Waterdeep, the heist adventure as well. We're going to be doing it. So that'll be that 9/22, that Saturday we'll be starting. I think we're supposed to play either at 3 or 4 o'clock Eastern time. So that'll be fun. I'm going to play a rogue.
See, I'm either a rogue or the cleric I was in, and counter roleplay is 48-hour thing.
Nice.
Where I was a giant cleric that wanted to heal anything and everything, but was afraid of blood and would throw up at the sight of blood. So.
Oh, that's awesome. But
As one does.
those are great. But other than that, I don't think I have any other games coming up besides that one for now. So we'll be back. And guys, thank you. I had a good time today. You guys did good. Kat will be proud that you're all doing so good and not dead. You held it down. Of course, she'll want to know how much treasure you collected, so make an itemized list for her.
No treasure. So weird.
I know, it's so crazy. No gold at all in this adventure. You'd think
I know he has gold in that backpack. I saw it.
I saw shinies. So thanks everybody who watched and who watches later on YouTube, and we will see you soon, and I hope everybody has a good couple weeks. All right, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.